So William Nylander, 8 years, $11.5 million per year. Is it worth it? Well, you see the Bruins cap and you're already thinking, well, this guy is probably going to be a hater. Now, William Nylander, he's having a terrific year. He's fifth in the NHL in scoring. He's on pace for over 100 points on the season if it all plays out. And last year, he had 87 points. He's had back-to-back seasons where he had 80-plus points on the year. This isn't a flash in the pan. Nylander is a very good player that has come into his own. The great thing about this contract is you're going to have him throughout all of his prime. And maybe the last year, maybe the last 2 years, you could argue, and there might be a little bit of dip in production. But you're going to have prime Nylander, and you're going to lock him up for quite a while. And that's not a bad thing. William Nylander is a very good player. Great shot. Good playmaking ability. And he has an aspect of his game I really like. When you watch him play, even if you're not a fan of the Maple Leafs, you can appreciate how good of a player he is. Any team would love to have him on their roster. Now, I know some of the argument will be, well, the Leafs signed yet again another forward to over a $10+ million contract. Is he an $11.5 million player? I think if we're going to just talk about the market value of the players right now, yeah. I mean, that's the market value right now. It probably would have been 11.5. Ideally, if I'm a Leafs fan or if a Leafs GM, I would have liked to sign him at 10.5 just to save a little bit of cash. But with so many players on that roster making so much money, I don't think he was going to take a quote-unquote hometown discount. I don't think that was ever going to happen. He wanted to secure the bag, and I mean, and all the power to him. But it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. Now, I can see already some of the conversation that, well, the Nylanders, again, the Leafs spend up front, never on their back end. Look at them just frivolously spend their money. We got to take this into consideration. Bertuzzi was signed to a 1-year deal for $5.5 million. I don't think he'll be back next year unless he really turns it on towards the end of the season and they go on a huge deep run where he's just amazing. I just don't see that in the cards. Max Domi, another 1-year deal, $3 million. I don't think he'll get much more than that next season. Sean Tavares at the end of the 24-25 season, that $11 million contract, that will be completely off the books. He's not going to be traded because he is, no movement clause. He's a hometown boy. And who knows? I'm just saying, Leafs fan. I think for a second line center, he's fine. 11 mil is a little bit rich for what he is. A little bit rich. But I'll say this. Maybe he stays with the Maple Leafs at a reduced rate, obviously, and you could still have yourself a top 6. That's really solid. I mean, listen. Maple Leafs have a very good top 6. I mean, you got Matthews, you have Marner, you have Tavares, you have Nylander, you have a young player, Matthew Knives. You have good quality in that top 6. You don't need guys that are just going to blow you away in your bottom 6. Just good quality hockey players that, it's not going to break the bank. Now, it would be nice, if I'm being honest with you, it would be nice if their next acquisition, whether that be through trade or signing, would be on the back end. I know TJ Brody's contract's coming up. We don't know where that's going to go. But, if the Maple Leafs could get themselves a good top 4 defenseman, I think they're pretty much there. They really are. They'd be one of the most dangerous teams. And right now, they're still, in my opinion, one of the more dangerous teams in the NHL. But they could be a bona fide Stanley Cup contender. One thing that's holding me back from saying they're in that top echelon of the league, the goaltending situation, that's not because I don't like Joseph Woll. Very good goaltender. I just think it's just a lot to put on a young goalie. I think it just takes a bit of time. But, I mean, heck, the Maple Leafs took that monkey off the back, and they performed last season. So maybe that was that. Maybe that last year's playoff success and that getting past that first round can help, be a building block where maybe they go on a deep run. I mean, we saw the Florida Panthers go on a magical run last year and to go to a Stanley Cup final appearance. But, I mean, as for Nylander, good player. It's a lot of money. $11.5 million per year for him. That's a lot of money, but, I mean, with the market value, with his production, if he can be a consistent 90, 100-point scorer for the Leafs for the next 5 to 6 years, I think he more than justifies this contract. Some people will mention, oh, well, the cap's going to go up over the next few years. We don't know how much it's going to go up. Now, I hope, as a fan, I'm hoping it goes up. Like some people, oh, it's going to go up 4 or 5 million over the next, like each year for the next few years. I hope that's the case. I doubt it. We always expect it to go up more than it does. I think maybe another mil or 2 mil bump each season. But, yeah, I mean, I think even if it was just a minor bump, the Maple Leafs will be fine and have enough cap flexibility to bring in another guy. But I'd like to know your thoughts down below. What did you think of this contract signing? You think it's a good thing? You think it's a bad thing? You think this is too much money to spend up front to be a Stanley Cup contender? If the Leafs, I mean, they have all the offensive firepower in the world. They spent a lot of money up front. So if they can commit to a full 200-foot game, which they have been doing so lately, I mean, hell, they might surprise some people. Or they might go on a deep run and really shock the world. But is it a lot to spend up front? Absolutely. But I think a guy like Nylander, I mean, I think he could justify the market value. But I'd like to know your thoughts down below. What do you think of this contract? I am Captain Paul. I'll see you in the next one.